what the Warriors have achieved recently is truly impressive. Is the decision to bench a player part of a larger strategy? Are they really trying to move him out of the Bay Area? In this video, we'll take a closer look at the latest developments surrounding this player's situation and why this might be one of the coach's most intelligent moves. Before diving into this discussion, it's important to highlight that this channel is focused on the Warriors, offering daily updates. Now, let's get into today's news. A recent report reveals that he is no longer in the rotation, without exceptions. The team seems firm in their decision regarding his place on the bench. This information is backed by a statement from a longtime observer who has been following the team for decades. This individual is known for their critical perspective, which makes their opinions highly relevant, as they strive to portray the reality of the situation. They shared their thoughts in a recent podcast episode released on Monday. Both commentators express confidence that the coach is resolute about this choice. Their statement suggests that all signs point to the player being out of the rotation. They mentioned that while adjustments could be made if the team starts losing, the fundamental decision is unlikely to change, especially due to the opponent's athleticism. This was a key discussion point when the Warriors faced this opponent for the first time this season and managed to secure the victory. Losing a game is part of the process, and despite the need for potential adjustments, it's unlikely they will occur because of the opponent's remarkable athleticism. This sentiment was widely shared when the Warriors faced this rival shortly after securing their playoff spot. With the Warriors as the second seed and the opponent as the seventh, there was a consensus that contributions from this player coming off the bench would be essential, especially considering the rival's youth, athleticism, and wingspan. However, it was noted that the coach seemed to lack confidence in the player during the last regular season game in a crucial match, raising questions about the coach's trust in him. There are several factors to consider, which we'll explore. But first, it's worth hearing your thoughts on why he seems to have lost the coaches and team support, going from potentially signing a max contract to facing consecutive games without playing. This is the third straight game without any court time, and local reports reflect this change. Recently, it was reported that the signing of a new player has made him somewhat of a luxury that the team doesn't need. He's currently a player capable of scoring between 15 and 20 points per game, but remains on the bench. Observing his performance against the rival this season, he averages 21 points per game, almost 7 rebounds, and a few assists standing out on the court. However, it's important to note that this happened in a different phase of the season. In the early games against this opponent, he often played over 30 minutes per game, which was the case before the signing, when the team heavily relied on his isolation plays due to a lack of other talent. With the arrival of a new player, the dynamics have changed considerably. As a result, doubts have arisen about the lack of court time for this athlete, and it's now clear that the coach doesn't trust his abilities at this moment. At that point, the squad was missing talent, but the arrival of Jimmy Butler changed everything. There were many questions about Kuminga's absence in the match against the Rockets, suggesting that the coach does not have complete confidence in him. Evaluating Jonathan Kuminga's performance in April, after he returned from an ankle injury on March 13th, it became clear that there was a noticeable drop. This decline can be linked to his struggles to work well with Jimmy Butler. Soon, I will present some statistics that support this view. It is apparent that Jimmy Butler has had a significant impact on the team's overall performance. After Butler's trade, the team faced 2 losses between his arrival and March 10th, just before Kuminga's return. During this stretch, they significantly outperformed their opponents. In one of those encounters against Philadelphia, Butler had to leave early due to a back issue, yet the team's performance remained impressive. Once Kuminga returned, they achieved a few additional wins, but then faced a setback against Denver, where they were without key players and an opponent excelled against them, revealing their vulnerabilities against more agile wing players, an area where Kuminga is expected to excel defensively. Yet, it has become clear that having both Jimmy Butler and Kuminga playing together is not a feasible strategy, which is crucial for the team when their star is off the court. When Butler is on the floor, he maintains an impressive net rating of 10.2, which is noteworthy. The offensive rating stands at 120, while the defensive rating is 110, resulting in a net rating of 10.2, an exceptional statistic. In contrast, Kuminga's presence leads to a net rating that drops to just 4.5, indicating a significant dip in overall productivity. This is the core message the coach has been trying to convey. The offensive rating remains at 120, while their defensive rating is at 110, yielding a net rating of 10.2, which is indeed remarkable. But what happens when Jonathan Kuminga is on the court? His contributions decrease to just 4.5, showcasing a substantial reduction in output. This illustrates the point the coach has been trying to make, that these two players do not effectively complement each other's play. Jonathan Kuminga is a player who frequently needs the ball to be effective, yet his mid-range shooting efficiency is inconsistent, as is his ability to hit three-point shots. Since returning from an ankle injury, his three-point shooting percentage has fallen below 20%, lingering around 17%. In a team like the Warriors that relies heavily on shots from beyond the arc, it is crucial to have players who can consistently make those shots. Currently, those players include Yi Santos and, surprisingly, another teammate who has been converting around 50% of his three-point attempts over the past month. These are the players that both the team and coach can trust, and recognizing that one of their most skilled athletes does not fit into the current structure is a prudent decision. It requires boldness to make such a determination, but it is essential to remember that the coach has a well-established track record. With 4 championships, he is among the select few coaches in NBA history to achieve 100 playoff victories. He possesses a deep understanding of playoffs and matchups, making his decision to limit Kuminga's role one that deserves confidence. This does not imply unreserved support for every choice, as it is reasonable to question whether he has hindered Kuminga's growth over the years. But in terms of playoff strategy, the coach clearly has the expertise. We should monitor how this scenario develops, but it seems probable that Kuminga will continue to cede DNPs until he is needed, which is certainly a possibility. There's also something significant that has been pointed out by another team member. Let me locate a quote that I find particularly insightful. We continue to notice the absence of an athlete by the coach's choice until his involvement becomes truly necessary, which is not outside the realm of possibilities. A statement from one of the players seems quite enlightening about the situation. He mentioned that his colleague's contribution will be valuable, that he's putting in the effort, and that this is all that can be done in this context. Keep giving his best. It's believed that this athlete will have a significant role for the team in this phase, and there's no doubt about it. The challenge for him is to stay mentally engaged, as is expected of any player in this situation, but it's likely he will be able to help the team succeed. This same person expressed belief in the importance of this athlete for the series against a determined opponent. A member of the front office also shares this perspective, noting that the player has been performing well in defense against the opponent's young wings. However, at this moment, the decision rests in the coach's hands, who clearly has the trust of everyone, as he knows how to win in the playoffs. A key point to emphasize is the importance of the player maintaining mental focus. This can be seen as a common problem, something that reflects in his performance, especially when he makes mistakes and loses the ball, leading to criticisms of his basketball IQ, which could stem from a feeling of not belonging to the group, as he seems to be in a delicate position with the coach. So, do you think the coach is making the right choice by keeping him out? Does the team have a better chance against the opponent without him on the floor? We need to examine the data, which indicates that, currently, the team becomes stronger with their main players on the floor, and that's what really matters. We're in the playoffs. It's time to adjust the rotation and put the players in who are making the small plays efficiently. At this moment, the team is clearly stronger when their main players are on the court as much as possible. This is what truly matters, as we are in the playoffs, so it's time to adjust the rotation and put on the players who are performing the little things with efficiency. It's essential to reward those coming off the bench. Players who are not showing effectiveness or productivity, or who cannot make the right play, should remain off the court. This should be the criterion that guides the decision-making. Let's get ready for the next matchup and aim for another victory. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, Kevin Durant has officially announced his intention to return to the Golden State Warriors at the end of the current NBA season. The superstar forward, who previously spent 3 unforgettable years in the Bay Area and helped the team win 2 NBA championships, made the revelation through a statement released by his management early this morning. Durant's return marks a significant turning point for both his career and the Warriors organization. After leaving Golden State in 2019 to join the Brooklyn Nets in pursuit of a new challenge, Durant experienced mixed results, including a series of injuries and playoff disappointments. His subsequent trade to the Phoenix Suns brought renewed hope, but that too has failed to translate into a championship, leading to mounting speculation about his next step. Now, it seems Durant is ready to rekindle the magic he once had alongside Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. According to sources close to the player, Durant's decision is driven by a desire to finish what he started and to once again compete for a title with a group of players he deeply respects. His admiration for head coach Steve Kerr and the Warriors' organizational culture also played a major role in his choice. The reaction from the Warriors fan base has been electric, with social media platforms flooded with excitement and nostalgia. Many believe Durant's return could reignite the team's dynasty run and give the aging core one last push toward another championship. While questions remain about how the roster will be adjusted to accommodate Durant's salary and role, one thing is clear. The NBA landscape is about to shift dramatically. As the Warriors look to the future with one of the most gifted scorers in league history back in their ranks, all eyes will be on the Bay Area once more. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.